Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the #1 sports and cultural podcast in the world. Hashtag SNN, hitting you with the most current world trending topics, giving you the most accurate sports reporting and analysts in the world. Let's go, fellas. Talk your shit.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, man. Hashtag SNN podcast. Back in the building, man.
Talk
back
your
in the
ish.
building. Yes, sir. Took like a week off, I guess.
2 weeks.
2 weeks off.
2 weeks
That's
off.
bad business, man. SNN got to get it together. There's some behind the scenes production meetings, emergency production meetings that's going to happen.
Some hosts got to get fired.
Nah, no host got to get fired. Everybody just got to step it up. That's all. That is it. You know what I'm saying? Missed the whole Super Bowl.
NBA All-Star.
NBA All-Star Week. We'll get into the All-Star Week, but the Super Bowl's been passed and gone. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Poor 49ers. And that's about it. We're going to wrap that up on NFL. We're going to move along. This is kind of our weekly high school edition, our local edition. So we have something.
We touched football, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've touched boys and girls basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only right that we touch wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yep. We got a little surprise for y'all today, man. A little different, switching it up for y'all. Y'all want something different, not the usual football, basketball talk. We got some wrestling aficionados in the building today, you know. But first, I want to give a shout out to Bobby McLaren, Lehigh Valley Health Network, 5-Star Hearts once again. They had a coaches clinic down there at the casino. That was pretty dope.
Nike's Coaches of the Year
Coaches Clinic, right.
Had some good.
Franklin was down there. Iowa's head coach. TCU's head coach. Sarkeesian was down there.
Yeah.
Texas. There was a lot of good coaches. A lot
of local colleges.
Like I said on SNN, I said, y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts.
Like the littlest of detail these coaches is looking for and after and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Toe
like,
placement and watching film, looking at shit like that.
Shit is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. That was pretty dope.
Big shout to Bobby, man. Bobby's been doing this for a couple years. This is my second year going there. And like you said, you meet these college coaches from these big programs and they invite you to their coaches clinics, their chalk talks. So I went to Penn State last year. That was great.
Right. They all open their doors. Though.
Oh, my God.
They say, come by. TCU coach, come through. Texas coach, come through. Well, we basically opened the whole damn thing for you.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just come. You know, that's all of them. That's what they said.
I'm going up to Monmouth to go sit down with their run game coordinator.
Oh, where?
Some more thing. He gave a really good class. Shout out to my man, Tev Brandon. That's his people's up there. So Tev probably going to take the ride with me.
Tev.
But, you know, yeah, man, you got to learn, man. Expand your horizons.
Well, shout out to them. So, shout out to them. All right, so moving on. You know, we're over here. We're wrestling.
Got a special guest today.
I done trolled them a bunch of times. Couple of posts on SNN a year or two ago, and they came at me, boy. They came at me. Wrestlers don't fuck around. So, you know what I mean? We got a guest in the building. He's been around the scene, know a lot. Wrestling expert, SNN wrestling expert.
High school edition.
Senior analyst, you know, in the building. Mikey Pagan.
Yo. Thank you for having me. Thank you for shedding light on the best sport in the Valley. Produce all them D1 athletes.
One of the hardest, I'll tell you that.
We're going to compare it.
The list is crazy. We got kids that are wrestling in the Olympics from the Valley. You know,
they're repping the nation right now.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We're going to have a phone in too also, right?
Yeah, we're going to get Mr. Pena on the line. Okay. He's been,
the living legend.
He's a class of 04. You know, he wrestled in the Valley in the 90s, early 2000s, and he's been coaching for many, many years. So he's seen it all, you know?
Right.
So today's topics, we're going to talk about the culture of wrestling in the Valley. You know, how it is coaches-wise, parent-wise, athlete-wise. You know, every sports culture is different. And, you know, wrestling is one of those that, you know, it's kind of like under the radar, but it's not. Like, it's been so dominant, and people just take it for granted in the Valley. and we're fucking known for wrestling.
It's under the radar to certain people.
100%. Yeah,
To certain people.
It's
certain,
not as big.
Certain groups.
We sound ignorant right now,
yeah,
right?
certain people who don't want to, like, they got blinders on. They got the horse blinders. They can't see left or right. They're looking at tunnel vision. Oh, this is the only sport. And not seeing the reality of there's more.
He's staring right at me, guys.
There's more. He's one of the people.
He's one of the problems, huh?
He's staring right at me.
All right, so real quick, we're going to get Mikey on the line right now, so we're going to see.
Yeah.
You better not send me the voicemail.
Nah, he's ready.
Yo, Pena.
That's one ring.
Hey, what's up?
What's
up,
going
Chris?
on, man? Welcome. We on the line. Tony Davis is here.
Welcome, Mikey.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having me. Thank you for having me.
Fellow Fountain
Appreciate
Hillian.
that.
Yes, sir.
Fountain Hill.
Fella-
He's from the Brook, too, bro.
Oh, yeah, the
Five
Brook,
boys.
yeah.
Mikey been around, son.
Yeah. And it's a national player.
All around Bethlehem guy, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so real quick, Mikey, just to get you updated, right? We're just talking about wrestling, right? How it's, such a huge sport in the Valley and people take it for granted. So many kids come from our area and go to these big D1 schools. Some participate in the Olympics or Olympic trials, stuff like that. And, we, have some questions for you because, you've been doing this for years. Like I said earlier, in the late 90s, early 2000s, you and your brother were out there doing your thing. You've been coaching for many years. So from your perspective, how do you see the culture of wrestling in the Valley right now?
Oh, it's getting huge. It's participation is doubling. Junior high program, the youth programs.
And
it all starts there.
And shout out to the girls too, man. The girls are doing big things in wrestling here, so we got to shout the girls out. That's huge.
And with that, girls wrestling doubled from last year. Their participation doubled from last year. So this year it became sanctioned, and now these girls are following suit. They're training. They're learning almost faster than the boys. It's crazy how fast that they're picking up the technique. Girls are different, they're there to work. They're not messing around. They're definitely focused.
They got a point to prove.
They're definitely more focused.
That is a good point.
I'm excited about that because Bethlehem girls, well, just Lehigh Valley girls. I mean, we're tough. I mean, Lehigh Valley wrestlers are tough. I mean, it's the Mecca. This is the melting pot in the country. So, this is the place to be if you want to wrestle. There's coaches everywhere in the Lehigh Valley that's wrestled and competed at the D1 level, D2 level, with YouTube and all these videos. Now everybody's learning all this highly advanced technique. So it's definitely getting harder to get to the top. That's.
Can you talk about like the difference, Mikey, from like when you were younger and how wrestling was to like now, how it is?
Yeah, from when I was younger, me, Tony.
Right.
I was an all around athlete. So, coming out of the youth program, I did all sports. Mm-hmm. But then when I got to 7th grade, it's it kind of like you kind of have like
wrestling, right?
Yeah, you kind of like have realistic goals to where you're going to excel at.
Mm-hmm.
So after 7th grade, you see like the maturity, the body development from kids. They're getting mature. They're growing.
Right.
And that's what I'm dealing with a lot of youth kids is they're young, K through 6. They're not developed. The more aggressive kids are going to be, they're gonna have more success. Whereas, the kids who aren't developed yet, may not have the coordination and still have the baby fat
And the confidence level's
and
not
the
high.
confidence,
Right.
yeah, so mostly mental for sure. And so when they don't see that success at the youth level, by 6th grade, they're like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. When they've learned so much from that, from
K to 6, right?
from the early years of wrestling, they learn so much, and when they stop at the critical years of junior high, they disappear. And we're always, and as a coach, I'm always thinking like, what happened to this guy? What happened to this kid? He's done. Burned out. Doesn't, passion, doesn't like it anymore, or moved on to another sport. So that's the issue that we're having with retaining kids, is from junior high and youth, that bridge right there. But
and like wrestling, they start real young at wrestling, right? Like 4.
They do.
As soon as they compete and go to the bathroom, and they can say, "Coach, I got to go to the bathroom," they could wrestle.
Yeah, Lucas wrestled what, since 3?
Yeah, Lucas wrestling right now. You don't have to. My thing is, like, you could train, but competing wise, I don't think it matters.
No,
I don't think you need it. I don't think you need to compete. Like, learn the sport, train, work out, learn the technique, and then, like, by the time you're in 7th and 8th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, then you can start competing. Right. You know what I mean? Then you have that mental fortitude, that knowledge, because that you could self-reflect. A lot of kids at a young age, they're not able to do that. They can't process that. And they can't pick up the technique as fast. That's why I kind of like learning at the, when there's first year wrestlers at the junior high level, they learn so fast, because all those bad habits that they learned as a youth wrestler, they don't have them in the junior high or high school level. Especially if when I'm in the room, or if there's a high level coach in there, they're teaching them the right stuff. And nowadays, a lot of coaches around here, they're teaching high level, but like fundamental wrestling. And it's all fundamental. It's all fundamentals. Like youth wrestling and college wrestling is just fundamental wrestling. It's nothing fancy.
Yeah,
it's hand fighting. It's strength training, technique. It's like you don't have to know 1,000 moves. You know a few moves. You know how to counter them. You know timing, reaction. Counterattacks. So that's where I get. But when I was coming up, I was playing football, basketball, everything. And then by 7th grade, I decided, hey, when I get to high school, I'm gonna wrestle. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not gonna be running through the 2-hole, head on to a, head on.
See me,
linebacker. I'm bouncing that outside,
Yeah. But that's the advantage of wrestling, right? You don't have to be the biggest, baddest, right? You don't. Your size, you mastermize.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, you master your skill and your size, you're going to wrestle everyone your size, your weight class. You're not going to, in football, there's no weight class. So you could go up against a 275 D tackle. And in wrestling, if you're wrestling 115 or whatever the weight is, that's the weight you're wrestling.
That's what you're wrestling. Yeah. And to piggyback off what Mikey was saying is my son didn't really start doing competitive wrestling into the 7th grade. So he wrestled in 1st grade, but then it was just like, some things that he didn't do. I took him back in the 5th grade, and he said, "Dad, these kids are too advanced." I said, "No, not yet." So I took him his 6th grade year. My nephews made it states, and we went to districts, we went to regionals, And then from regionals, we took him to states. And the atmosphere that he was just sitting there on that bench and, the bleachers just looking like, this is what I want to do.
Shout out to Michael Torres.
Yeah.
It's electric.
This is what I want to do.
Being at States and with the big screen up on the ceiling, the music going, the semifinals, the blood rounds where if you lose, you don't earn a medal. If you win, you're an All-American. So that it's crazy. The fans get crazy. It's a good time. But as far as me coming up, I thought it was important that we just got to get these kids to 7th and 8th grade. These kids that are wrestling now, if they're wrestling in 7th and 8th grade, they're well above what most wrestlers. Right. They're ahead of the curve.
Well, I see the middle schools. They combined them all, right? Richmond, Northeast, and Brocco are all one team.
Yep.
It's Liberty Junior High.
Combined,
that's what it's called.
Liberty Junior. It's
freshman team.
Yeah, Liberty Junior High.
Hold up, but when we went there, we was all wrestling each other.
We didn't like each other.
But everyone had a team, though, right?
Yeah, because Brocco had.
I remember Brocco having mad wrestlers, bro.
Brocco had
mad wrestlers, fam.
I
remember I went out one year, and I remember going in that gym, and that shit was jam packed.
The Mahawkos wrestled at Brocco. Mike Liberto, remember Mike Liberto?
Yeah.
He was at
Liberto was a
Brocco.
dog. If he stayed out of trouble,
Mike Liberto,
Derek Cox,
Devin Derrico, Matt Dudek, like guys before me who I looked up to. I'm like, dude, I want to be like them because they were state place winners when I was coming up.
Mario
high school. So I'm like Mario Stewart.
Mario Stewart. Shout out to Park Ridge. Mario Stewart's a Park Ridge.
That's legend. That's the guy. That's the guy I wanted to be like. So I watched his matches and I wanted to be like him. So yeah, man. Wrestling is so beneficial, not just on the wrestling mat, just outside the room. Just leadership, the leadership skills, the confidence, the grit, the resilience, the mental toughness, everything, all the disciplines. You can get that from all the sports. You know what I mean? Competitive, but as far as the tangibles too, flexibility, agility, hand fighting. Especially with football players, Micah Parsons. You can't put your hands on Micah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's swiping away. He's going elbow post. He's chopping.
I tell you this,
he's clearing those hands.
I tell you this right now, right? My son and Pena knows he coached JR, right? His first year ever wrestling, 10 years old.
Yeah,
and his confidence already is up. He's just he can't wait to play football.
Right.
He wants to be more physical. And wrestling, all you do is you're either going to get your ass thrown around or you're going to fight back. And he's learning how to fight back.
And not only that, they're going to learn that once they hit the ground, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
You can get up.
Yeah.
You get up and you can go hit him harder.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, you learn how to move your body. You know how to use your body. You know how to use every part of pressure and release and leverage, and that's what JR is going to learn. He's going to learn leverage. He's going to, if he continues next year and after that, it's going to make him a better football player.
Oh, he will be there. He will be there.
So, yeah, man, it's a lot of pressure, release, leverage, just using your body, using your hips, your arms, driving. So it changed my life. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without it, obviously, because I wrestled in the Marines. I tried out. I wrestled at the Olympic trials, the World Team trials.
That's fire.
Got my ass whooped. It's the best experience in the world.
It's the best in the world.
Even if you get your ass whooped, that respect is still there. From that guy that you was out there on the mat with.
Right.
I was there, and I was getting closer and closer and closer until I couldn't go no more. So, and that's after the high school level, things change. You become a man. You you become more wiser and understand more technique. And I'm like, dude, like if I knew the technique that I know now, there's no question I would have been like a 3-time state champ. No question.
And that's where the difference is from when you wrestled till today. Because you got high school kids beating college athletes already in high school.
Yeah.
And wrestling.
We got freshmen high schools beating D1 wrestlers. I mean, it's unbelievable because.
So you saying the coaching now is better?
Yes.
It's the coaching now is way better because of all
social
the videos.
media. Social media helps.
Yeah, all the videos, YouTube videos. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have that.
But
So we
think
can,
like UFC's rise correlates to this a little bit?
well, Bo Nickel's one of the best wrestlers in UFC right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And-
a lot of those
and
UFC guys are wrestlers.
and
shit, right?
Bo Nichols, and he was at Penn State University, national champion.
if you have a wrestler that has the ability to strike, that is a dangerous comment. You know, and Bo Nickel has all of it. So he's gonna be the next champ. I mark my words about that. He's gonna be the next champ.
You got Jordan Oliver right now who's in Bellator.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So he
hasn't lost yet.
He hasn't lost yet. Yep. So he's out there. He converted.
He hasn't been challenged yet either. So
It's just because he makes it look like that.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yo, so now too, we were talking about like the culture of it, Mikey. Like how is it like with the parents? You know, the atmosphere, the camaraderie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, some other sports got a little bad stigma with that. How's
Well,
the
listen, I'm a parent.
Like you say, we were talking about that before.
Yeah, can I?
So let's talk. So you want to talk about the culture? Because I mean, we can. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything.
You want to stand politically correct.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Honestly, like the culture comes down to the coaches, right? The parents buy into the coach. The kids buy into the coaches. The parents buy into the coaches.
Right.
They're available. You're taking them to tournaments. They're there at practices, weight training, doing what needs to be done to get to the next level. If you're just being a part-time coach during the season, just during the season alone, what good is it going to do for your program?
Right.
Well, how are you going to be the best?
Yep.
Now all these other schools around the Lehigh Valley, they're all in. They live, they sleep, they breathe. They all they eat wrestling. You know what I mean? They're just motivated. That's all they think about. Is just
right.
And
becoming the best, becoming a world champ.
District 11 is the toughest in Pennsylvania. I can argue with that until I'm blue in the face. Pennsylvania is number 1 in the country in wrestling.
And you say this district
and
is the
District
best?
11 is the best in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I did a Google search,
so-
and Pennsylvania was number 1, then Iowa was number 2 in wrestling.
It's Pennsylvania over everybody.
And then
District 11 this year, just this past year, team dual districts was Bethlehem Catholic versus Easton.
Yeah, at States. Yeah,
At States for the championship.
Yeah.
Last year,
for the past 2 years.
Yeah, last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Bethlehem Catholic Nazareth. And then the year before that was Bethlehem Catholic and Waynesburg snuck in there.
So Bethlehem Beck is whooping ass in wrestling.
Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, like those. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there.
When you
now.
got a kid from Doylestown wrestling in Bethlehem Catholic.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
Come on.
So that's a that's a huge little argument for y'all though now, because
me, Petey.
that's a huge little argument for now, because we done started this high school podcast off the strength of football players and football community bitching and crying that the Lehigh Valley ain't pumping out enough athletes to colleges and shit. And now you telling me wrestling is the top dog in the state.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sending people everywhere. Top divisions.
Sending people to Cornell, Harvard.
Listen, there's the Princeton. There's guys on Princeton's roster.
Harvard,
Lehigh.
Penn State.
Where does,
I mean, everywhere. You're right. Everywhere.
Lehigh coaches will be at districts this weekend.
Where does Sasso go for Virginia
Which
Tech?
Sonny Sasso's Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
Sammy Sasso is at Ohio State.
Ohio State wrestling.
Yes, and those are Nazareth legends right there.
Yeah, no, Sasso.
Absolutely.
Both are great football players too.
Those are those are Sammy Sasso's All-American. You know,
and
he lost last year. He lost last year to one of the best in the world in Diak Omahalis. You know what I mean? And that's nothing to hang his head against. And he was number 2 in the country in the NCAAs. And, you know what I mean? Unfortunate that he got shot over some dumb shit. You know what I mean? A 16-year-old shot him. Sammy Sasso.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Is happy to see that he's still walking and he's still rolling around on the mat. But that's that grit from that wrestling mentality.
Honestly, like Sammy Sasso is probably one of my son's favorite wrestlers because of the message that he brings to these kids. It's not about the technique; it's just the message, man, and the way he verbalizes it. It just gets these kids, like, it makes them believe, like, hey, I may not be that good right now, but listen to this guy after talking. He can take me there, or I can get there. But it just takes time. It takes work, patience. It's a journey, man. It's not a sprint. That's for sure. Because you're not gonna get instant gratification. Because you're gonna lose.
I just remember
that's a good point though, Mikey. Because people might be afraid of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they definitely.
Everybody wants their kid to be a champion early, and you know what I'm saying. And now when you get thrown around on the mat and you in the spotlight, and everyone's watching you, and
everyone
listen as a parent.
I ain't gonna front. I saw MJ play Moby's son wrestle a couple weeks ago over there in Palmer. And that was my first wrestling match I've been to probably since I was in high school and watched Mikey and these guys wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot how these kids get bent up and neck rolled up. Like, Ant watching it like, what the hell? Like, how his neck ain't snapping? How his arm ain't snapping? I said, yo, they fine. Look how he just rolls out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, every kid that lost is sitting there. Every kid that lost is sitting there like red face and crying and shit. They're young kids, but it's like, when you put on that mat in that spotlight and everybody's cheering for you and screaming at you and you take that L.
That's the most humbling sport.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the thing. How do you deal with adversity, right?
Right. How do you do it? Exactly.
It's mental toughness.
Honestly, like, you pick yourself up, you pick your ass up and you get back to work because that's how you're going to get better.
Right.
That's you're not going to get better by, I'm not going to practice. I suck.
That's the wrong mindset.
If you miss one practice, guess what? You're a little behind now. That's the day you'll never get back.
Yeah, fire. I like that.
Because all those days, man, that pays off.
I just remembered like high school wrestling back when we were in high school, when we would have basketball practice in the gym in Liberty. And the wrestlers would be running with 45-pound weight, holding and running up the bleachers. Bro, you were there. You were the one that was running. And I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, I'm crying over fucking suicides and shit. These motherfuckers is running.
I'm weighing only, I'm only weighing 3 pounds, 103 pounds running up bleachers with a 45-pound plate on my back. Like, no, man. Yeah, Coach Karen's a little crazy. But that's the thing. Like, he pushed you to the limit where you could pass that. You could pass, and
that's
limit.
Why he's the all-time winningest coach at Liberty history.
Absolutely, man. Because he knew how to.
And he took that Eastern team over there to the championship in his 4th year.
Yeah,
is he still coaching?
Yeah, he's at Eastern.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he's at Eastern. So look,
his brother's at Becca, right?
No, he retired. This is his first year out of Becca. So I forgot the new coach's name over there, but he did a Barry Switzer.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So he did a Barry Switzer. He had to drive, make sure it don't crash the Porsche.
So let's talk about the top dogs right now.
Top
dog wrestling programs right now.
Well, you got to still say Becca. They the champs.
Oh, are they?
They just won champs. They don't want
states as a team.
They want states. They want team states.
Oh,
you know. And
they'll keep funneling in kids from everywhere, and get them a great education.
They handpick their team,
because Becca's junior high team is not, like a junior high district was just past week. Parkland.
Becca's youth team. Becca's youth team only has 5 kids.
Yeah, it's struggle. That Lou runs the youth, and he says it's tough. Oh, wow. Out the 5 kids, his 2 boys are 2 of them.
Yeah,
his 2 boys are unbelievable, man. They're great.
Yeah.
They're gonna be tough. I don't know if they're gonna stay with Becca. I think they'll stay with Becca.
Because all his kids went to Becca. Even his older son wrestled.
Yeah, he was good. He was good, and he got into that little the ATV accident. You know what I mean, and then cut his career short.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
but the top programs will probably always stay the top programs because those coaches, the wrestlers, they come back. They come back and they get
the retention.
Then you got Mikey Labriola, who was an All-American last year in NCAA's, who's coming back to that Becca room. Helping out.
So you saying the old wrestlers come back?
Yeah, come back.
See, that's the problem. Dungeon. That's the problem these other sports have.
Yeah,
getting these ex players to come back. These star player. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing with Becca.
We talked about that before.
They embrace their the culture of their older players.
Yeah,
and they're like that in every sport too. It's not just wrestling.
Yeah,
like football too. Like they're just always embrace old players.
There's a few schools like that because Nazareth's big on that. The Sassels come back all the time over there.
The doors are open for that.
Yeah, Easton is like that because a lot of these guys, they still come back. They still come back and they go into the room. They
so
want.
Bethlehem's the problem.
So I was about to say, Bethlehem.
I'm a parent. Bethlehem's not the problem. Listen, but go back to you guys saying, the dedication. I said my son started in 7th grade. We were far behind. We were behind the 8 ball already. My son hasn't stopped wrestling since 7th grade. So, and he goes all year long. He's in 11th grade now. So technically, if you're going to get, 7th grade was 7th grade. He was 500. 8th grade was COVID. His 9th grade year he was thrown into varsity. I didn't think he was ready. I'm like, you think he's ready? Go in. He did good, 20 and 10. That wasn't bad. He didn't get out of district.
I was ready.
Yeah. I'm a parent. You're the coach. You should be ready. So you've been around long enough.
Mikey, you was ready, right?
They was, and I'm gonna say that.
But honestly, like in 7th grade, I was not ready. I was not. It was after 7th grade where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this summer thing. I'm gonna start going to a couple of tournaments here and there, different rooms. And then like everybody that beat me in 7th grade, I whipped their ass in 8th grade, and I went undefeated. Going into my 9th grade year to make it to states my freshman year. So it's like it's the time that you put in, it's the commitment that you have with yourself.
Right.
But if you're not in the room, more than 3 times.
That's what I was getting to. Good. You got to be committed. So I see that, and you seen it in my son as well, because you seen his first tournament where I took him out to, I don't even know where we were at. We were somewhere in West Pennsylvania. JP said, Mike, you want to come to this tournament? I said, yeah, why not? We had borrow JJ's wrestling shoes. JP we threw him in there, and it was you, Pena, and Nick Silva. Shout out to Nick Silva. He was out there with his boy. And my son was just out there. He looked all right, but he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But he said, you know what, Dad? This is what I'm going to do, because he seen that he wasn't growing anymore in football. Him and JJ used to be JP's son. Everybody, shout out to JP. I keep, name dropping.
What up, JP?
But JJ, they were the same size when they played on the Raiders.
Right.
All of a sudden, JJ's damn near 6 foot, and my son can't even hit 120 pounds yet, and he's a junior. So it was like, yo, what are you gonna do? What is your end goal? And that's what parents need to realize is, what is your end goal for your kid? And you got to be realistic. The percentage of going to the NBA or the NFL is low. Because, the podcast earlier where people were like, oh, there's no D1 kids coming out of the Valley. Well, that's not easy to do.
Of course
100%.
You get what I'm saying? That is not easy to do.
That's the whole point, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to find what fits for you.
Right.
And if your grades ain't right, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I don't care how good you is.
Yep.
If your grades ain't right,
We've seen that many of times.
you better you staying in JUCO. You better go to JUCO. Or
That's my
something.
point with that coaches clinic we were at. I hear all those coaches talk like that talent and how good you were was like the third or fourth thing on the list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was about character, body language,
yep.
grades,
yeah.
mentality, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Body language, heavy body language.
So that's where wrestling helps you with that character. It helps you build that character.
It
You know what I'm
teaches you how
saying?
to,
'Cause you get humiliated. You could get humiliated real quick.
yeah, win with humility or and lose with grace, you know. So yeah, that's that. And a lot of times where these kids are so young and they have to listen to their parents that talk about sports all the time and before practice, after practice. Man, that's not fun. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some kids are all about it, but most kids,
They don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. They just want to say, man, they want to hear you say, man, have fun, be proud, just work hard, man, try your best. And, as a coach, my son coming up, like I had a hard time dealing with that because I'm thinking, all right, my son's going to be just like me, just aggressive, just mentally tough, but that's not the case. I don't, maybe I was brought up different. That's why, he has a coach in the room. I could get these other kids to run through the damn wall. I can't get my own son to do it. So that kind of like I question my ability as a coach because of my own son. So it's like, I got to get other coaches to get on.
I learned from my oldest son, like Mikey, like you said, you expect them to know what you know, and they don't. And
no,
I was so hard on Juju his first 3 years, 4 years of football that he hated it. He hated it, and I would just spaz on him, like, no, you're supposed to do it this way, that way. And with JR, I don't have that same, like, all right, if you want to do it, do it. You want to work on these drills, let's work on these drills. You want to get better, we'll do it. But I'm not going to force him to do it because Julius hated the sport because I was on him, forcing him to do shit he didn't want to do. See, your kids.
He
wants to go ride his bike.
You make them do stuff like that. Maybe high school kids, are probably doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how old your son was, but yeah, man, I'm running. Agility drills, ladder drills. When my kids were in elementary, and by the time my daughter's in 8th grade now, she don't want to do none of that now.
See, I'm at a point right now where my son is like, I never forced him to do anything. That's why he quit wrestling. Not quit wrestling during the season because he didn't want to go back. But right now, we're at a point where, hey, listen, this is the decision you already made. We got this time in already. I'm not gonna let you slack off. Whether you're gonna be mad at me or not right now, you're gonna thank me later.
But one
thing
thing I can say about your son though, every time I'm in Liberty, he's coming out that wrestling room. Or he's in the weight room. Always. And you would see me there a lot, dropping him off, doing whatever. When I'm there for football, when I coach there, he was always in the wrestling room. Even to this day, I'm at Liberty dropping my son off for wrestling, and he's coming out the wrestling room.
See, that's why I say, this is why I say I'm at this point where I can't allow him to slack off. You know what I'm saying? You don't put too much time in this. Like, we don't go to tournaments. Like I said, we've been doing this 7th grade full time, going everywhere. COVID year didn't stop us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We kept wrestling during COVID. And in order for us to keep wrestling, we had to go to West PA, Central PA. We had to go to Jersey. We go to tournaments in Maryland. We go to tournaments in Virginia with school and all that. Even right now, after this, we got Virginia individual tournament, NHSCS. That's one of the biggest ones in the whole country.
No. Yeah,
so,
tournament.
It's an off-season tournament, but we there because, in order for you to get out of the District 11, this is what you have to do. Because District 11 is stacked.
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself. You have to surround yourself.
You got... and you got kids who are like, I'm gonna go back to Becca. Like Becca got, they're state champs. They're the best. Becca's bench could be starters anywhere else in the district. Them kids even get school, not all of them, but there's some kids there that they even get college recognition. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mikey said,
yeah. Well, there's kids that they go to college. I don't care if you go to D1, D3, D2, as long as your college is getting paid for.
Right.
That's the end goal.
Well, of course.
100%.
Yep.
And it's still possible.
Another level.
Yeah.
I mean,
D3, D1, it's all the same to me.
Yeah,
you're competing.
Yeah,
right.
You getting that degree.
So you see D3 wrestlers. You see some D3 wrestlers are able to beat some D1 wrestlers. The D3 champs can beat D1, All Americans or something like that. So. I mean, it's their preference. It's
pretty much what I tell my son is, who is gonna pay for your school? Cause I don't got it like that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, who are you going to school? Who are you going to school and you gonna leave with no debt? You know what I'm saying?
That's why
we don't have to pay
be
nothing.
hard, B.
No, it's not.
And that's why.
No, it's not. It's wrestling. With wrestling. Wrestling is the key to get out of the valley. But people don't realize that.
Unless you're going to Lehigh.
You could get paid. They could pay for your education, though. Yeah. Wrestling will pay for that education at Lehigh. If you're good enough, you got to be there.
Mario Stewart. I remember Mario Stewart. He grew up in Park Ridge with me, and he had Penn State and Lehigh were his top two. And we're all like, go to Penn State, go to Penn State. He's like, nah, I'm going to Lehigh. And in our mind, because we think about it as like football-wise, Penn State's big time. I'd rather go play football at Penn State than Lehigh. But what wrestling is like, no, Lehigh's the top dog. I'm going to
back
Lehigh.
Then maybe
back
they were,
then,
but Penn State just won 10 national championships. And they're like the last 12, 13 years.
Yeah, well, this was what?
Who's that? Penn State?
This was 1999, 98?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you don't know. Lehigh was still, Lehigh's been,
long time ago.
Lehigh has been in the mix.
So again, you give me the top 5 in the valley right now. Top 5
in the
wrestling.
valley,
kids.
Yeah, let me.
So
go ahead.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
Pound for pound?
Yeah, go ahead, Pena.
We could go off
Pound
for the
for
morning
pound?
call, pound for pound.
Huh?
Go ahead, Pena.
Pound per pound? It's like each weight.
Yeah, but or 2A and 3A,
No, I'm
or are
talking
you going to
about
split
top
them
5
up?
schools.
Top 5 schools? We got.
Or do you want to go wrestlers? Do you want to call the kids?
But are you going to go 2A and 3A?
Let's go first.
No, so I have a question. I have a question with that, right? So Liberty competes in 3A wrestling,
Yes.
right?
What?
Is that the highest?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's not like football. It's
All right,
not
so
6A, 4A. It's
So
not
go
like that.
go schools, Mikey. Go schools. Give me the top 5.
So let's talk about wrestling programs.
Okay.
All right. So we have Nazareth.
You got Liberty's number 1, man. Come on,
I'm
man.
talking about programs.
I'm
here.
messing with you.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
want to
messing with you.
necessarily. Do you want me to bring up the high school teams or the programs?
High school.
Because I've two different, criteria.
Are they too different?
Absolutely.
I guess when you look at the program, you're looking at longevity.
You mean program like the youth programs?
Yeah, coming up. Coming up.
okay, okay.
Let's do both. Let's do both.
Well, combined, like all together, like their youth program and
Well,
high school.
that's tough though because,
All right.
like he said, Becca's top notch in high school, but youth program's not that good. So you could differentiate the top 5 youth programs and then the top 5 high schools because it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
you're right.
Is Becca just like exception, or is that how it is?
There's a Notre Dame over there, but that's 2A.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I
that.
assume Nazareth has a good youth organization.
Yes.
I assume Easton has a good youth organization.
We'll talk about the public. We'll talk about the public high schools. All right. Enough of Becca.
All right, but honestly, so is that what Becca is doing? Because obviously, if they don't got a good youth program out here, these kids are coming from what?
Bangor.
Jersey, whatever. I don't know, wherever.
They come from Bangor. They come from Quakertown, Doylestown.
Oh, okay.
They come from anywhere the bus. Some of these kids take 2-hour bus trip in the morning to get to school.
Okay.
All right, top 5: Nazareth, Easton, Salkin, They're a 2A team. They're a smaller school, but their program has just been.
The Roans still run that?
Northampton.
Yeah.
The Roans are still there. Yeah, Tommy Roan, Don Roan are they're at Saucon Valley helping out. If they're there, they have a great support system there. So we got Nazareth, Saucon, Easton,
Northampton.
who else, Mike?
Northampton.
Absolutely.
Like I can't even put it like that because to me
So
personally,
that's four. Where we going?
To me personally,
Yeah,
it's like the
I know.
whole District 11, man. Because everybody got to punch his chance. Because
All right, so give me a top 10. I don't know, but this is like
Emmaus got a good program coming in, but they didn't even make it to team districts this year in high school. But Emmaus got something going on.
Hey, Liberty has always fell behind Nazareth,
Northampton
and Easton. So and then we would be the fourth in AAA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Parkland got two wrestling teams.
Oh, and Parkland. I'm sorry.
They got a lot of kids. They got two wrestling teams. They have a
Parkland
gray
needs to
and
split
a red.
schools already.
How's
Yeah,
Parkland's
Parkland's
wrestling team?
They're not bad.
Parkland,
They're good. They're competitive.
They were nationally ranked.
Well, the
They're probably
girls
a
just
top
won
5
districts, right?
Team district, and was second,
yeah.
right? Them Hurricanes.
Liberty, yeah. Well, that's what they were
Yeah.
second year.
Yeah.
So Parkland won.
Parkland beat them?
No, what they do that is individual. What they do is it's an individual tournament,
Yeah.
but they still, tally up the points as a team.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many individuals go on to win is, certain points. But so Liberty girls,
I mean, if
they
they're
fighting.
1-2, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but
So Parkland's been powerhouse since, who knows how long. They fell off a few years ago, but
Trench just resigned last year. John Trench. I remember him
yes.
being a
but
dog in the
he
90s.
left them in a good position.
Yeah.
He left them in a good
Yeah.
position.
I tell you this though, Parkland's wrestling room was the dirtiest wrestling room ever. It was like a week went by and there was Infantago already going on.
Listen, I seen a dirty
I'm
one
like, yo,
too.
these motherfuckers don't clean the
Yeah.
mats. I'm like, nah, Johan, we gotta get you wipes, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, so all right, so now give me the top 5 organizations. Then you saying that's different?
Well, that's what he was talking
Programs.
about.
So that's what he gave you. He gave
Oh, okay,
he gave you the
okay,
program
okay.
as the organization.
Yeah, but they're still,
what I'm saying?
relevant. They're still relevant.
Right.
They're relevant.
So, what are the top 5
Yeah,
high
yeah.
schools?
Well, you got to go off of how they
mean-
placed this year. If you're gonna go to that, or how far back you want to go?
Like this year,
Mace is coming.
Yeah.
or
So,
you could go past couple
coming
years,
up.
like more
All right.
dominant, right? The top in the past 3 years, it hasn't been that much of a jump between teams, right?
It's been Becca Nazareth.
Yeah.
So they're the top 2.
Okay.
It's been Becca Nazareth.
Yeah.
And then who would the other 3 be then?
Easton's making a run for it. They just we're at the finals this year. They
Yeah.
placed second in states.
No, yeah, Easton's going to be.
You got
a top 3
Whitehall.
team.
You got Whitehall. Let's not forget about Whitehall.
Whitehall's good?
Let's not forget about Whitehall and
They're coming up.
and what they
Whitehall.
did this year. And
Good for them.
and they got a good room over there. They got Coach Cunningham over there who got them boys wrestling. They tough.
One of my football
Yeah,
players started wrestling this year, and he won a couple tournaments. Won something.
For Whitehall?
Yeah, he's 6th grade. Shout out to
That's
my man
good.
Leak.
Yeah,
Well, Leak.
yeah. Whitehall got something
Yo,
going on.
shout out to Leak. Yeah, I
Leak's
seen
a
him.
dog, so never wrestled before.
Yo,
Yeah.
I went to MJ's tournament. The same, the when I went to go see Moby's son play wrestle.
Yeah.
I look on Facebook. I see a live video with Chief and shit with Leak.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, me and Ant walked around that entire facility. I did not see Leak there, bro.
Leak, yo, every tournament that
I
we
did
went
not
to,
see Leak there. I'm like, yo, how the hell we miss it, bro?
Whitehall,
We're in
Liberty,
the same place. I'm
Leak is
looking. I did
just
not see him.
cleaning shit up.
Well, I'm gonna
Well,
say
he probably wrestled at a different time though, because if you're watching MJ, he's
He's what, novice?
He's a young.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Mikey. Because I'm looking at it, and it looked like he was done by the time
Yeah.
Mikey was MJ was about
Yeah.
to wrestle.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
listen, back to that high school thing. I think Liberty finished the season off strong.
So how's
You know what I'm
Liberty
saying?
this year?
Liberty.
How's the program?
Listen, we some people say we backdoored into districts, but you know what I'm saying. We fought our way into districts.
You grinded it out.
You know, we got some kids on our team who are not the most experienced, but they got heart. Like, I watch matches where, how the hell did he just pin this kid? You know, kid losing by 8 points in the third period, and next thing you know, he got him in the cement and pinned him.
Okay.
You know, it's that grit, it's that heart, you know what I mean, that them boys had this year. You know, I was surprised. I was kind of happy on how they finished that season. We wrestled Easton. We were the 8th seed at team districts. Easton was number 1. We wrestled Easton. We had them boys shook up.
Yeah.
Yo, they family was in the stands like, yo, what the hell was going on here? You know, we was winning the match, and then, you know, all of a sudden, you know,
and that's what you want to see. You want to see progression through the year, because Liberty doesn't have the most experienced kids, but they have the most grit. They have the you know,
we're in a city school.
Yeah. We have them city boys, and Liberty's tough. You know, we got some tough kids that, like I said, experience against kids who have been wrestling for years, since 4 years old. You know, that can only take you so far against those guys.
All right, so real quick then, right? Since we're talking about districts, let's go break down the weight classes in districts. I'm here at the 107. So shout to my man Chino. I used to my man Shaq got me into jiu-jitsu back in 2015, 16.
His son wrestled for Parkland, right?
Yep, Matt Velez, Bam Bam, fucking monster. This kid wins every jiu-jitsu tournament, man, name to man.
And you know, it's funny that you say that, because I don't know these people, right? But when I watch that kid wrestle, he is putting in legs. You know what I'm saying? He's fast on his feet, and now I see why. You say he got that jiu-jitsu background, and that jiu-jitsu and wrestling go hand in hand.
His dad's a black belt. His dad owns a jiu-jitsu school. He opened his own school up, Prodigy.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
So you got an upper hand.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
I see Velez a few years ago at, what was that? Zombie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yep, they used to go to Zombie, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where I went.
And I could tell right away, like, this kid he's different. Like, I knew right away this kid wrestled, but at the same time, he's you know, doing jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, dude, he's gonna be nasty.
So if you look at
a few weeks later, I run into the same kid, Velez, at Red Hawk.
Yeah.
With Sasuli, you know,
Leg
in that
masters.
room. So the kid puts in the work. You know, whether it's wrestling.
If you look at 107, right, the seedings, they're sophomore, freshman, sophomore in the top 4.
What's usually like that?
Wow, look at it. Damn, they're all
it's all
freshman,
like that.
freshman, sophomore, freshman.
They're all usually small. That's why. They're all usually small. Think about it. You know, you got these kids coming in at 107. Freshmen are usually small. Now, if you get a senior and junior, they're just naturally small. Like,
yeah, there's a junior there, number 12. Allen. He went to Allen.
So you got Solomon at number 1. Solomon just dropped. Solomon wrestled 114 all season. And the kid who he beat out, his teammate, Noah Fenner, he's a stud himself. You know what I mean? He's a Red Hawk kid. And he was like 32-2 this year. And he's wrestling 14 now.
He's a freshman too.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Class now.
What's that?
Yeah, so he has to go up a weight class. So he's
at 14. He's at 114. But yeah, we're, you know, Albanese, you got Emilio.
We got Emilio Albanese from Emmaus. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's good. He's nasty.
He's good. Fast.
Villette.
Yeah.
Villette. Parkland, he's really good.
Wilmot Kai. We got Wilmot Kai. Wilmot Kai from Whitehall. He's just like so long.
Yeah.
And he's sneaky strong. You see this kid, you don't think he's strong. My son wrestled him. He said, Dad, that boy's strong. He's stronger than what I thought he was. Because you can't tell. You don't see these kids don't have now 1 ounce of fat on their body. They're all lean and muscle. You know, and then I'm going to go all the way down to the number 9 seed, who I think, you know what I mean, he shouldn't be number 9, but
the Heimbach.
That's Elijah Heimbach. You know, that's our 107. And I think he has an opportunity to, you know, make a name for himself in this district and pull off a few upsets. They'll call them upsets, but I don't think they're upsets.
That's Liberty?
Yeah, it's our Liberty boy.
So who? All right, we're gonna get your picks. Right, to win districts, the tournaments this weekend.
Yeah, we'll go weight by weight. Give us a pick.
So 107, Pena. Who do you got taking it?
I'll write this down. Ooh, I'm a homer, man. You know, I can't say because I coach Heimbach. You know,
Listen, Heimbach going to regions. You know, he's going to the regions for me. And region is top 5. Top 5, you make it to next week in regionals. So
honestly, in the finals, I could see Albanese
and Solomon
versus
too.
Versus Velez.
Ooh, I got Solomon. I got Solomon and Albanese.
You got Solomon.
I got Solomon and Albanese. Solomon's a state placer from last year. You know,
I'm biased. So, I'm going for Bam Bam, son.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad choice. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad.
All right, so now we're gonna move on then to 114.
Well, I'm biased because I got my son going over. I got my son going to be in the finals against Gabe Ballard.
Your son's on this one, right? Oh, Josiah Pagan. Okay. Number 3? That's his seed?
That's his seed, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be biased, and I'm going to say my son because it's my son against it's us against the world. So
no facts, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm going to be honest. Realistically speaking, this is a tough bracket. This is a tough bracket right here.
Well, what are the key matchups? What do you need to see from Josiah?
What I need to see from him to make it, I need to see him wrestle smart. You know, wrestle to his strengths, which I'm not going to say online. I mean, over the air because, you know, I don't want nobody to be listening to this and, you know, try to, you know, counter his style. You know what I'm saying? For me, my son is a mental thing. For my son, it's a mental thing. What I see him, you know what I'm saying? So, and other than that, I don't see Gabe Ballard. Gabe Ballard is the truth.
Yeah, he's a freshman, man.
Gabe Ballard's the truth.
You know, top freshman in the country.
He's explosive. He got power. He got the technique. He got. There's not too many flaws in his game.
He's 30-1.
32-1.
Oh, okay, so this year it just shows 30-1.
Yeah, so he was 32-1. He's third place. He got third place at Beast of the East, one of the toughest tournaments, toughest tournaments in the country, in-season tournaments in the country, Beast of the East. So I
think Josiah's sitting pretty nice, man. You know, at the 3 seed, because you got Noah Fenner. Noah Fenner's 24-2, and he's the number 5 seed.
No, see, I don't know where these records. I think they a little fall back because Noah's 32-2. So
the number 5 seed will see the 4 seed early on.
Yeah,
and then Josiah is on the bottom bracket, and I see a nice coast to the finals.
I don't know about Coast because then you're going to have to see Reef Dillard in the semis if that's the case, you know. And Reef Dillard is not no slouch.
You know what he needs to do against Reef Dillard from Becca. Which, you know, spoke to you about that earlier.
Yeah. You know, it's still not easy. At the end of the day, these seeds don't mean nothing because you start 0-0.
Right.
You know, when you go on that and we get on that mat, it's 0-0.
So Pena, who are you saying is going to be in the finals for 114?
I mean, Ballard. He's just too much, and either Pagan or Dillard.
Okay.
Either Pagan, if Pagan gets past Dillard from Becca, you know, we have a good shot.
Hey, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I just seen something. Pagan is not a senior. They need to get this. They need to get it together over there at Liberty, man. He is a junior.
What's up with the senior versus all these freshmen?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He is not a senior. I'm getting tired of this. PA Power Wrestling, I did email you. If you're listening, you know, I emailed you already. I addressed this situation.
We got to tweet him.
So, you know, I did all that. You get to people on Twitter, man. You
We'll
don't
get the head honcho.
or X, whatever
The
you
head
want to call
honcho.
it right now.
We
You know what I
never
mean?
calling it X over here. So
Yeah,
it's Twitter
so-
forever.
Well, that's I did all that last year. So
So
All right,
what's
so
the next?
so we're going to 127.
21, right? You skipped 21?
I don't have 21. You didn't send me that. Oh,
I got it.
Yeah, he got it.
well, you got it. I don't got it.
All right,
So
so
we got Reef Dillard's brother.
Keanu.
Is he a state champ last year? as a
state
freshman?
champ. He was ranked number 1 in the country last year. My son got
At
a sour
107.
deal last year. You know, he had to wrestle him first round, and my son was ranked 4th. And because of an injury, Keanu was 13th. But you know, you gotta win no matter what. But
He had a wrestler.
yeah, that was a tough one.
So I'm gonna tell you the top 8 seeds right now. So we got Dillard, Becca. He's 23-5. Blake Durgam, Parkland, 16-4.
I think
Nazareth.
I think I don't mean to cut you off, Pena, but these records is not counting postseason, so I don't. They're not accurate, so we could just like probably skip that.
No,
We
but
got
they're
Dayton.
more of a threshold that you can see. Maybe
Okay.
maybe this is what they use to rank them in districts.
Possibility, not the postseason.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got a point.
Yeah.
So like we got Day Day. Yeah, everybody know Day Day.
That's my sleeper.
Trillo
He's
at 121.
He's wrestling the dude from Stroudsburg. How's that guy from Stroudsburg?
I'm biased on that one.
Featherman.
How's Day?
They powerful.
Yeah.
That
Day
has so much
powerful.
power.
They
He
scrappy.
don't even.
Is powerful. He them
He
boys be
different.
thinking they could you know hit Day up with something, and next thing you know, them niggas is fucking in a pretzel. That's one of those
How
boys
much-
I told you how the hell he pulled that win off.
Right. Right.
They
got that dog.
Yeah, he
right.
got that dog. He got that dog, and they find out real quick.
He want to fight after a match. He
Yeah,
wanna
every
after
fight they
match.
want, he want to fight all the time. But yeah,
Sounds about right.
yeah. So
Hey, Day's like, you know what? He might have beat me.
fuck
Then
you,
I'm gonna get his
pussy.
ass.
Fuck you,
He's like,
pussy. Come to the bathroom.
Like, chill, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, Day has the power of like a 200-pounder, man. He is so powerful, so strong. Now that the season has progressed, he's getting better, and he's moving better.
Yes, he's chain
So
wrestling, you know.
He's starting to figure. Yeah, he's starting to figure some things out because he's a
dope.
football player. You know, he's a football player, and you know, he hasn't been in the room that much. But like, from what I've seen from last year to this year, it's night and day. He could make some noise, but he just doesn't have the feel as you know those experienced wrestlers do. Because he can catch anybody on their back. You just don't see it. You don't feel it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Confidence too. Confidence is gonna have to build more because he's just going off of strength.
Nah, he
Not
got
skill.
confidence. He don't lack. He don't lack confidence.
Yeah, he don't-
Nah, they don't lack confidence. That's one thing he don't lack, and that's what's helping him
care.
win.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Yeah,
what's
he don't
helping
care.
him win.
He don't
Is
care.
that?
Who to
Yeah.
go with.
He don't care.
know,
You could throw anybody in there. He gonna come at you. He comes at everybody the same way.
Yeah, some people be nervous and scared.
Yeah.
Not him.
so on
Not
120,
him.
121, who Pena? Who do you got?
Dillard's he's gonna dominate this weight. He's
Yeah.
gonna dominate this weight.
Yeah, Dillard's dominating this way.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna kill them all.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Got Trey Wagner.
Trey Wagner, yeah, sophomore.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Chris Kelly though, right there. Those top two, or it's gonna be hard to go against them. That's gonna be, that's gonna be your finals for me. And
Yeah,
and like once again, I'm a parent. I'm gonna be a realist too, but I like Chris Kelly. You know,
I sent you the.
Yeah.
Kelly's.
What's up with my man Ben Miller, fam?
Ben Miller is as the year progressed, he got a lot better. Ben Miller won a wrestle off.
He's a freshman,
Ben
right?
Miller's a freshman.
I coached him at Richmond.
So
He's a
this is a great opportunity for Ben right now. You know, I hope he makes noise. But this,
Hey,
like he didn't.
look out for look out for Ben in 2 years.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
next.
Ben is gonna.
He played football for you, Sly?
Yeah.
I coached him at Nichman. Yeah.
So no, he did a lot of progress.
His
His little brother.
His sister is Ruby Miller.
Okay,
Yeah.
That plays basketball with my daughter.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they're
Ben's
all
a second year
athletes.
wrestler.
Yeah, it's a big family.
Yeah, Ben's a second year wrestler, and
Ben might be the most like non-athletic in that family, because they got Joey Miller. He's in 7th grade, second year wrestler.
Joey did good in junior high.
Oh yeah, but he's a second year wrestler. He only wrestled
both of them
last year.
Yeah, both.
And he placed at junior high districts, which in 7th grade, which I wasn't even able to do. So he's gonna be all right. Ben Miller, like you asked about Ben Miller. Like I said, look out for him in a couple of years, because I know he's gonna put the work in.
Right.
He's gonna go to the top.
Yeah.
You know.
They doing that. He's doing that.
He a baseball player though too, isn't he? Is he a baseball player?
I'm not quite sure. This is my first year I'm getting familiar with Ben, so Mikey probably know more on that.
Yeah, I believe he is. He is a baseball player.
You gotta watch that baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that kind of development a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like we said, this is District 11. We're the toughest in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is tough in the country. I can't say that enough.
So who's your pick at 127?
It's Trey Wagner.
I got Trey Wagner and Chris Kelly in the finals, and I won't be surprised if my man Chris pulled it out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Chris is tough.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
They got similar records.
Chris is tough.
Three.
That's another one. That's another one I'm a little biased to. That's my son. Him and my son get along real well. So,
All right, so 133.
Yeah.
We're on to 133.
it's Tahir, my man. My man Tiggs is running away with this joint. Maybe not run away, but I'm sorry, man. That boy is like he committed to Rutgers.
Tahir
Parker. He's a Rutgers commit. He's a Rutgers commit. You know,
is he a senior?
He's a junior.
It says
He's a junior.
So
he's a junior. He's a Rutgers commit. He's a dog. I got my man Jack Evans. He's making it. We going to regionals. So
Okay.
Is that
Liberty
kid?
Liberty Senior. Yep.
How do you get the?
He got the 4C because he earned the 4C.
How these seeds go though?
There is so
if we go back to points. You know, like if you beat a certain wrestler, you earn.
Or you earn more points.
Yeah, and your record as well. Your record too. So
your wins. The people who
it breaks
beat.
it down. Total points, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, on the side
So-
there. Okay.
Yep. The caliber of points, prestige.
Okay.
All right, Pena. So who are you going for this on 133?
Tahir Parkins is he's nasty.
Yeah.
He's long. He's strong.
quick.
He reminds me of a better version of Ricky Bass.
Ricky Bass, my man, Pootie Tang.
man,
Shout out to my man Rick.
That length, that length and speed, and the technique. So he's all around.
He got a motor.
All around.
He got a motor too.
All right, so they're on to 139.
Boo.
I'm so mad that he's not playing football no more, bro.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, that's the wrong Abood.
Yeah, this is the cousin.
Oh,
This is Cam. It's Killer Cam.
Yeah, man.
It's Killer Cam.
the other Abood's wrestling too.
No.
He stopped wrestling too?
No, this is the Abood that wrestles. Nick, I think his name is?
No.
What was his name? The Abood, the one you're speaking on. His cousin.
Oh, I thought that was the same one.
No, this one's Cam. Cam played lacrosse and he wrestled.
Okay.
So
that's what you going for, Abood?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, Pena. That's me. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, that's my partner.
That's me,
That's
bro.
my-
So, you
Pena,
can't
you going
no.
for him too?
My drilling partner. I got to go with Cam because I know he can. I know he can go with Marco Frenzy and Campbell.
Jack and Campbell, yeah.
It's just where he is with his mindset that day.
Yeah, and how he wants to come out.
Yeah,
How he wants to come out. If he come out firing, that boy
Cam
could.
has all the in the world to not be able to get taken down and to be able to score on his feet. So if he
He's
can
quick, too.
get his if he can get his feet moving, you know, he's going to finish the shots. He's going to score.
Yeah,
so,
he's quick and powerful too.
Is he officially a senior?
He's official senior. My son's the only one on there like that, man. That shit.
They're trying to get him out of here.
That shit horrible,
Fucked
man.
up.
They trying to get, you know.
All right, so
Nigga 16, a senior, don't even make sense.
we're on to 145 now. This is my man Hollywood Jr.
Yeah, I'm biased again. Come on.
I can't go against the grain on this
Yeah.
one. And the thing is too,
I'm
in
not either.
this weight class, I have 2 kids that I have coached in football. One that
Who's
I'm
that?
coaching currently, which is Liam Spang. That's one of my running backs.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Spang. He's fucking physical as shit on the football field. He doesn't think, he just hits. And
Sophomore.
Adrian De Leon, son, that's nephew right there all day, every day.
Yeah, so I ain't going against that.
Me neither. That's my only pick.
Listen, I ain't going against that.
Hey,
But I'm be honest, it's going to be Adrian.
Leon got the lion. Leon got the lion.
Listen, it's Adrian, and I think it's gonna be Shane McFillan. Wow, they face each other. Adrian will face him in the second round. So bye Shane. So
Yeah, this weight class is tough because you got this poking him. You got this poking him out in East kid that knows how to wrestle too.
Carol
man.
Harmon, yeah, he's good. He's good.
Austin No, he's been wrestling for a while. He has the experience. This weight class is pretty tough, man. I don't know where to go with this, but you know I got to go with the line.
I think
With De
listen,
Leon?
realistically, look, Adrian, he's probably stronger than most of this kids on here, and if Adrian, you know, looks to score his points, he's going to be tough to beat.
All right, Adrian fell behind a little bit with the injury, though.
Yeah, he got that injury.
How's his injury?
His injury? Well, if you ask him,
he's 13-4. It looks like he's all right.
No, he's going to tell you he's all right. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he was in a few positions where you're looking like, oh, and he managed to come out of it like, you know, I'm still good. I feel good. So I don't think the injury is going to hinder him unless he does something really crazy to it. But like I said, I seen him in a position where if it didn't get hurt then, he should be good now.
Yeah.
And the things with knee injuries, it's a lot of mental.
That's what I'm saying. It's mental, right? If you feel that, like,
that's what I'm saying.
This is twisting the wrong way.
So
I might have to.
So that's what I'm saying. That one match, I forgot which one it was, but his knee was twisting and turning, and I was like, oh, how is it? You know, how is it turning out? And he came out good. So it's more on Adrian, his mental, like, stay focused and just know that he could beat these kids. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there thinking that, oh, this kid is good, or no, go in there and knowing that, right. Let's not forget, Adrian in 8th grade placed 1 in districts, placed first at 120 pounds. 8th grade.
Okay, yeah, right. No, 100%.
So you know, he got the dog in him.
Oh my God, look.
He got the dog in him.
It runs in the blood.
You know what I'm saying? So he got to come out here and just remember that, yo, I am top dog.
I could do this shit.
I'm top dog.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, and when he comes out like that, and nigga Adrian,
we outside for wrestling this week.
Right.
I mean, that's my nephew, so I ain't going, you know.
Is it this weekend?
Yeah.
It's Friday. It starts Friday. Friday at 5.
At Liberty?
At Liberty, always, the Mecca.
Yeah.
And what time does Adrian wrestle?
We don't know, you know, that just goes. It starts wrestling at 5.
Anijah has a game Friday.
Yeah, well,
where's her game at?
Her game's at 5:30, I think.
So the thing is this, you know what I'm saying? We're praying and hoping our boys make it to Saturday.
Hey, Tone. So by the time you get to Liberty,
right,
around 7 o'clock, it will be the quarterfinals. That's the round. Those are the rounds that you want to watch because those rounds.
Right, I figured that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up.
So like, yeah, man, that this weight class is tough, man. I don't know where to go with this. Like, hey, how did he do against Cade Campbell?
Who? Adrian?
Yeah. Did he get tech fouled?
I don't remember.
Come on, man. I know you remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Fuck that. I don't remember that shit. Adrian.
Because like Adrian said, Adrian got the dog in him, but he should be never getting tech fouled by somebody else.
I don't remember that's 152.
Yeah, a technical foul is like where the kids.
So that's what happened.
152.
So a technical fall. So a technical fall is where the kid is winning by 15
It's
or
a
more
whitewash.
points. And they stop the match, and it's 15 points.
All right,
so,
152. We're going to move on to 152. We're going to move on to 152.
We moved on to 152. Who we got? Who you got?
Colin Raff is running away with this.
Yeah, he's
Colin Raff is number 2 in the country, if I'm not mistaken. He's number 2 in the country because did he won or he lost? Who's number 1? I think he wrestled Dalton Perry, right? I don't remember, but Colin Raff is running away with this one.
What college is Colin Raff going to?
Colin Raff is committed to Missouri University, junior.
He won.
Wow.
All right.
My man, we gotta get you on scouts.com, dog.
Nah, that nigga, yo. That's Becker University. That's Becker High School right there. So,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Yeah, no, he's gonna run away with this though.
yeah,
For
that
sure.
one, that one just.
So Colin Rath is number 3 recruit overall in the class of 2025.
There you go.
Number 3
There you go.
recruit.
Damn.
And the Valley don't send what? I don't want to hear shit ever again about the Valley and fucking college.
What's the number 1 sport in the Valley?
Wrestling?
Come on, man. Yo, we didn't even touch the subject on who's in college now from the Lehigh Valley making noise. So it's crazy. Like,
Well, come on, run through these.
yeah,
last
let's run through
couple
these
of
last
things.
Scanlon.
And
I got Scanlon. Yeah, you know what I mean. We pushing our time over here. You know what I mean. We got to pay the bills real soon. You know what I'm saying. So we got Charlie Scanlon at 60.
Nah.
Yo, who you got at 60?
Who you got? Who you got?
Who you got at
Mikey?
60?
You don't see the Nick Kuhnstack?
No,
This kid.
possibly. Yeah, he's good. He's good. But if I'm not mistaken, I think James Geiger beat him, or Scanlon
He's
just beat him.
29-1, bro.
No. I think Well, but remember the postseason though.
He's one of the best kids in the state.
Yeah, he is.
I think he wrestled at he might have wrestled at Blair Academy or something like that for a year, or like.
Yeah, no,
Because
the kid is good.
I seen him in middle school making noise. He's the real deal. This guy's legit. So
Scanlon just beat him.
I don't think so.
We could go back. It's on the postseason. Flow.
No, we don't need to go back.
All right, so
I got Nick Kuhnstack.
Yeah, no, that
Penny
should be a
said
tough
what he
one.
said.
Yeah, that should be a tough
On
one.
to
Though. That's going to be a tough
172.
one.
On the 172, who we got?
McFarland. I don't know. That kid is so tough. If he keeps his cool.
Dario Cruz. We got Cruz. We
Yeah,
got
you
another
got Cruz. You got another Cruz in there.
That's from the family of all the other cruises?
Yes.
Yeah, that
That's
might be a
I
cousin.
think that's a cousin.
Okay, because that family
Yeah.
got fucking dogs in
Yeah,
wrestling.
Darian.
Yeah, but this guy.
Darian is my first cousin's son. His mama's my cousin.
His mom's your cousin?
Yeah.
I don't know these guys.
So we got Noah McElroy from Freedom, who is going to be a tough out. You know, he's at fifth. He's at fifth right now.
McFarland.
McFarland, where's that? Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's the number 2. If he keeps his cool, McFarland could take this one. You know?
All right, we got 189 then.
189. You got Carabinas.
We got a Freedom kid up there.
You got Jared Carabinas. He's number 1 in the
22
state, right?
too.
He's number 1 in the state, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
He's committed to play at St. Joseph's to play lacrosse.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Lacrosse is growing big in the valley. A lot of
Lacrosse
kids.
is another sport that's good.
Silva, Nick wanted
It's
us
good
to
for
talk about
football.
that.
Yeah,
It is.
it's good for football.
First time I seen it when I went to college. When I went to Widener, there was a bunch of Maryland dudes that played lacrosse. Black kids, too. I'm like, what?
Shout to my man Julius Reyes, Parkland. He was a DN this year. Fucking dog, just has a motor and keeps going and going. That's Johan, my son Johan's favorite wrestler because he knows him from football.
Okay.
So he's like, it's Julius. It's pretty dope.
That's cool.
To see my son recognizing wrestlers.
And seeing that they work. So Jared Carabinas is third in the state right now.
From Freedom.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. So we got 215 then.
I got my man
That's
Dante.
the last one, right?
Nah, I got my
Dante
man
Morrison.
I got my
Shout
man
to Dante.
Okay.
Dante's a second-year wrestler.
Oh, word?
Yeah, second-year wrestler. And he's out there, powerful, long, athletic.
And he's a good-ass fucking football player,
and he's a great DN. He led Liberty in sacks and tackles, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one, but I know.
That's not hard.
Yeah, he's such an unorthodox.
Somebody got to make the tackle. Somebody got to make the tackle.
No Liberty slander.
Damn. But Dante.
Dante's a dog, though, for real.
No,
I love
Dante. Listen, Dante, look, them top two right there, though, because that kid Brandon, I don't know how to say it. I ain't going to butcher his last name. But from Pocono Mountain West.
Steeler?
Yeah.
Steelers.
Steeler. Yeah, well, from Pocono Mountain West, that kid is good. He beat Dante in the season. And after that match, Dante was like, you know what? I got to step my game up. That kid was throwing legs in. And Dante, the next day, his hips were so sore. He was like, oh, my God. Like, the next day he had to, he had to reevaluate,
Yeah, lower back problems.
Yeah, he had to reevaluate himself. And, that was a good match for him because now he's coming into districts and he knows what it's going to be. Because Dante was just rolling over everybody.
That's what's up for Dante. Right?
Yeah, I like that.
And that goes to, I be telling you, these kids, just because, you're in football, you try it. Give it a shot.
Right.
And you see, you might have not been the best, but Dante, not in Dante's case, but you might not be the best football player, but you won't be a hell of a
Mikey,
wrestler.
I started off the pod calling out. Remember that post I put up where I called y'all out and shit on SNN and y'all spazzing on me?
It's his annual post. It's supposed to be up. It's supposed to be up now. This is when he puts it up.
We're here now. We're here. We're talking about it now.
Of course.
So
you gotta get me all hyped for it like that. Like, come on, man. First thing in the morning, I'm
man.
Yeah, he do it. He do it too. First thing in the morning.
You know I fuck with y'all, man. You know I fuck with my wrestlers.
You know, I'm gonna pop out of the woodwork to say something.
Yo.
You know that, and you try to get me to come out.
Yeah, that's not. So now we're going on to 285.
There's a 285.
Yeah.
Kenny, nobody's
What
being
the
Kenny.
Nobody's
fuck?
being Kenny.
Kenny's number one in the state.
Oh, that's
Listen,
that Nazareth
yeah.
shit,
Sean
right?
Kenny's a fucking monster.
Listen, Sean Kenny.
All right, so let's talk about this. All right, we got Sean Kenny, probably one of the best heavyweights that
Ever.
Nazareth has ever.
No, District 11 ever.
He's,
District 11.
he's going for football though, right?
To Lafayette.
Dope football player, and he can get a full ride anywhere he wants to
For
wrestling. But he chooses to play football at Lafayette.
How much does that disgust you, Mikey? How much does that disappoint you?
I was kind of dumbfounded by that decision. I get it, man. Wrestling is different. You have to be wired differently at the D1 level. It's so hard, but maybe he just likes the team aspect. I don't know.
I can't. I can say this though. I can say that he's wired to wrestle D1.
Because look.
How big is he? How big is he?
He's not bigger than 285. See,
He's
that's
like
the problem.
6'3", 6'4".
And what's he going for? Defense end?
D tackle.
He's a center too.
Right?
No,
he's going
tackle.
He's
He
not going to play center though.
But
They
like
say 6'3", 280?
they were saying that
That's
his
small for
his
Center though. That's the problem. That's I don't really know too much.
he
That's
don't
the
play
rumor.
center. He
No,
don't play center, no.
But hear me out though. That's the rumor that Penn State, because he had a full ride at Penn State. He turned out
Well, when
Penn
we had
State.
our first podcast,
Jerry Maples mentioned him.
and Nolan
Shout out to
mentioned him.
Mac.
That
Yeah,
they tried to get him to
Kel
Penn
Sanderson.
State.
Kel Sanderson was out here.
Yeah. They
So,
brought out the red carpet for him.
yeah.
And he still went to Lafayette.
Yeah, so he, some people want to just stay home.
So you're dumbfounded, huh, Mikey?
Yeah, that was a little questionable right there.
Well,
But so now maybe that's the argument though, because it's like what after college wrestling?
What's your angle?
You can't go pro with wrestling.
Yeah, you can. You can go pro. UFC.
NIL deal. There's the NIL
WWE,
deals
baby. WWE.
But yeah, listen, but WWE. Look at Gable Stevenson. You know, he was national champion at 285 in college, and he goes to WWE. Looks small as shit.
So there you go, Mikey. What's that NIL paying out now for wrestling? Are they getting good deals for wrestling?
I mean, they're getting six figures.
You got to win. You got to win. Spencer Lee didn't pay $1 over there in Iowa.
If I were him, I would.
You got Olympics, but what are you getting? You know what I mean? Right?
It's just like, yeah, you got the Olympics.
I'm just saying that for wrestling, what's life after college? Like there is no pro. Right?
No. There you could go.
You're just
UFC,
gonna go keep on competing.
You know what it is? You know what the life is after college? I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? There might not be all that what you're saying, but it's the relationships that you built.
It's the degree that you got. Coach's job wherever.
Not even just coach though. You got these wrestlers. It's rare you meet a stupid wrestler. You know what I'm saying? These wrestlers book smarts is up there. So they going to school. You know, you might. I'm not saying there isn't any ones that are.
Y'all not meatheads.
Nah, listen, man. Wrestling's chess, bro. Wrestling's a game of chess. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. And you were thinking like, there's like Lehigh right now. All right, Sean Kenny, he's taking over that. We done with the District 11. We could start.
So real quick with Sean Kenny, right? So football on Rivals.com. They have him as the 5-star.
Look at that.
Word.
He got offers
for a defensive end.
Tackle.
That's the Valley. That's the Valley, though.
I mean, he was dominating Little Ass Valley, Lehigh Valley lineman.
He got Penn State, Monmouth, James Madison Air Force, Sacred Heart, Richmond, New Hampshire Navy.
5-star. How's a
Long
5-star
Island,
just go to Lafayette?
Colgate, Buffalo, Lafayette, and Army.
Is he athletic enough?
You
to
heard
keep
what
up?
Deion said. Must be the money.
He athletic enough to play D tackle in college.
So what they were saying that his family's historically big for growing after 18. They said his brother's like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", so they're banking on him growing to get bigger. So you go to Lafayette and you fucking dominate for 2 years, and you're a 6'4", 6'5" D tackle. You can go to these big ass fucking schools and make a run.
You could even get drafted from Lafayette though.
Oh yeah.
So it's not.
I mean, that's fine.
It's not. He's a lineman. It's not like he's a position player.
He changed the fucking run game against us. Moved him to nose guard, and it was rough.
He dominated y'all.
Yeah, it was rough, brother.
Didn't have a good game.
Oh, he did. He had a great game. Yeah. He changed our whole run.
He was
game.
in the backfield every time. I looked up. I'm like, who the hell is this 68 kid or whatever?
Yeah. So, but the thing is, that people are like, oh, he plays so high. But since he's a wrestler, he's high. He's going to throw you off of you a certain way, and then he's in your fucking face. And it's like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. Like, and wrestling, we credit wrestling for that.
Yeah. Hand fight.
Because historically, if you're high, you're getting beat. As a D tackle, you're high, your ass is getting driven back, and we're going to run fucking 5-6 yards every time.
That's not going to work with better athletes, though, and bigger kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Hence probably why he went to Lafayette. I don't know.
But that's why he has that.
So we're going to give y'all two rapid fire to rattle off all the wrestlers that went D1. What's the criteria? D1?
I'm saying like
NEA. But see, D1 for wrestling is different because what? Like Lehigh is a big time wrestling school, right?
Yeah. That's D1.
But it's not Lehigh football D1, right? It's higher than Lehigh football D1.
Yeah, Lehigh football's D1?
Yeah.
They moved D1, double A or whatever. Yeah. I don't know how
FCS.
Whatever.
But yeah, so
like every sport is different. So like basketball,
that's what I'm saying.
D1 you play in the tournament.
Yeah, well,
and football,
that's what I was going to get to. That's what I was going to get to.
I'm talking about basketball.
But wrestling though,
you still wrestle the top dogs.
Wrestling, they might be a little higher.
Oh, they're elite for sure, 100%.
No, they're D1. They wrestle their Penn States. You know what I mean? They wrestle against all these kids. In Patriot League.
Penn State Lehigh wrestling match was sold out.
Always.
And my brother was trying to scalp tickets because
Yeah.
Julio's big on wrestling.
Yeah,
My brother Julio.
So we could go off of now. Like, that's what you're saying, like now.
Yo, no. Listen, what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to rub this shit into the football fans' face. Rub it in.
Pause.
I mean,
Yo,
rub it in. Let
I'm
them
saying-
know what the hell it is, what wrestling is producing, what we do out here in the Valley, how we coach them up from 4 years old, 3 years old, on up through high school, into college. You know what I mean? The impact they make.
Well, listen.
'Cause
So right
to
now,
have this many, like we in here for almost 2 hours now, and Becca, Liberty, Nazareth, Easton, all these kids are top 5 in the state. You know what I'm saying? So all these, we done seen it. We done seen it throughout our lifetimes. These guys be on national stages right here from the Valley.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, wrestling's always a discussion in the Valley for sure.
Right.
So go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead, Pena, because
Name some notable names.
Start
Name some
dropping
notable
Tyler
names.
K-Sacks, number 9 at Penn State.
Names and schools.
Real
if y'all
quick,
could do that.
real quick.
Right.
So Lehigh is currently ranked 15th in the nation in D1 wrestling.
Okay, and
Amongst
Ryan
all schools.
and Ryan Crookham, their 133 is from Saucon Valley, and he's number 1 in the country.
There you go.
He just beat
You know?
beat the world champ early in the season.
Yeah, he
So,
beat Vito. He beat Vito. Yeah,
Saucon Valley kid, right
yeah.
there. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
So you got Tyler K-Sack, Penn State kid. He's number 9 in the country,
And Penn State's number 1 in the
and Penn
nation.
State's number 1 in the country. You don't even want to go. You don't even run down how many Pennsylvania kids are on that Penn State team. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we got
Hold on.
We got
Lehigh
Lenny
Valley.
Pencil.
Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. We're sticking District
Try to stick
11.
to
We
Lehigh
we
Valley.
sticking District 11. Lenny Pencil right now is in Nebraska making noise.
Where's he from? School.
Strasburg.
Number 3.
Okay.
Nebraska's
You know what I'm
number
saying?
3 in the nation.
Yeah, this is District 11. We're gonna keep it District 11. You got Brett Unger. Brett Unger's over at Cornell.
Number 9 in the nation.
Yeah. You got
Tassel.
Sammy Sassel. We talk about guys who not. You got Sammy Sassel. You got Sonny Sassel.
That's all right. Go back. You gotta go back a little bit.
Sammy
no time
Sammy
frame.
Sassel, Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They're 6th in the nation.
yeah, he All-American wrestler over there. Sonny Sassel, his brother's at Virginia Tech.
It was number 13 in the nation.
Yeah, then you
And
got
where are they from out here?
Nazareth.
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 Okay.
He was
Yep. You got
Nazareth's
Clevo.
quarterback last year.
Yeah,
in
Nazareth's
safety.
quarterback last year. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Sasso, yeah.
Yeah. So you got Clevo.
He's the only quarterback in EPC that started quarterback and started strong safety.
And he wrestled. And he's a
And he's
wrestler.
the state championship
broke
wrestler.
his
Oh,
arm at
shit.
football.
and still won
Came back and
states.
still won states.
It's fucking
Yeah,
dog.
Yeah. So you got Clevo. Clevo, one of the Clevos is Oregon State. You got
Dude, Oregon State's 21 in the nation.
Where's
got-
Clevo from? High school.
Northampton.
Okay.
You got Ryan Anderson. I believe he's still in Binghamton, and he from Becca. You got
Devin Britton. He just wrestled tonight.
Devin Britton from Rutgers. He's at Rutgers.
They're
School,
14th
high
in the
school?
nation.
What high school he went to? Pena. I forgot where.
Northampton.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got Bozakis. Bozakis did go to Notre Dame, didn't he? Or that was his brother? That was his brother. I'm sorry. Vince?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, that was his brother. He going to Ohio State.
Up a list. Can't find it.
You got Jordan Oliver, 6'10" GOAT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a 3-time Pennsylvania State champion, 2-time national champion, 1-year runner-up. You got a national
Mikey
Labriola, Becca.
Nebraska.
You got Mikey
From Becca,
Pena.
but,
You got Mikey Pena, the United States Marines. You got
Saying,
you got
talk
Mario
your shit,
you got
Mikey.
Mario you got Mario Stewart. We could go back, Mario Stewart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the Sicilies. The Sicilies is Lehigh University, and they from Easton. They run Red Hawk, one of the best programs in the country.
Okay.
And it's wrestling clubs. Like if you a Red Hawk boy, you see a Red Hawk boy on that mat, you know he was from Red Hawk. They throwing in them legs and that cross body.
That's funny. When I went to go watch MJ play, the Easton had a team in there. And
then you got Frenzies, the Dante Frenzy. He went to Becca, and he's at Princeton, if I'm not mistaken. And then his brother is a senior at Lehigh. Okay. You got my cousin Darian Cruz, national champion, 125 at Lehigh University, went to Becca. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
you got
there's D1 wrestlers.
So what y'all are saying right now?
I just dropped at least 20.
SNN podcast, local high school sports can beat this list. Y'all are saying wrestling is king in the Lehigh Valley.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
Because some will argue football. I don't think it's basketball. Basketball is not at all.
Without a doubt, wrestling. Listen. Wrestling in the Lehigh Valley. Like I told you, we go to Virginia for a tournament. Our Liberty team smokes them kids out there.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Isn't Virginia top state for wrestling?
It's not Pennsylvania.
Oh,
it's not District 11. You see the difference.
Compared to PA, Virginia compared to PA, no. It doesn't even.
Okay.
No.
I thought Virginia was one of those states that was
No. Nah, it's Pennsylvania, Ohio, Iowa, Jersey, and California.
Yeah, Jersey's big.
Jersey and California. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those are the ones right there that is. Arizona too. Okay. Arizona got some good wrestlers out there. But District 11 is crazy. I just named you almost 20, and those are just only from the last 10 years.
Not even closer.
Most of them are still wrestling.
Yeah.
And there's so many more. We got Carson Wagner wrestling at Binghamton right now.
Yeah, he's You got CJ Horvath. CJ. Oh, you got Luke Warner. Lock Haven. That's Liberty. You know what I'm saying?
All-American.
We got the Liberty kid. He wrestled in North Carolina.
I mean that's what I mean. Like Lock Haven is like a top wrestling school, right?
It's D1 and it's not top. It's not a top, but you can make noise.
Haven is a D3 football school.
Yeah, but wrestling, you got a chance. You got a chance to
Shout out to my godson JV and DeLeon wrestling at Kutztown.
That's what I was ready to go. You want to go D1? Now we're gonna go to D2 because JV out there.
You just call right.
Yeah, JV about to be making noise.
To a school like Kutztown, you call them the fuck out.
Yeah,
you call them out. Like those are good schools.
Shout out to my godson. I love you, kid.
Right,
JV making noise out there. The Frank white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Shout out to Jay.
Out there, he's out there. He's doing his thing. Y'all gotta watch him still. That nigga he's an exciting wrestler.
Michael wrestled there too, right?
Michael wrestled at Kutztown. He did 2 years over there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you get careers out of that. You know what I mean? That
Michael State Trooper.
Yeah, and that's that mentality you built from that wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like that discipline.
Yep.
It's that discipline.
Crazy shit. That's why Johan wanted to wrestle because he really wants to be a cop, and he asked Michael 1,000,001 questions all the time about being a state trooper. And Johan really wants to be a cop. So he said, I'm going to wrestle because it's going to help me with the academy. Make me tougher.
Make him tough.
Endurance. Yep. He wants to lose weight. Wrestling. That's it, son. Go ahead. So he wants to, that's the only reason why he's wrestling.
You ask Michael would tell you that wrestling background helped him in that academy.
Oh, he'll fuck a criminal up.
Yeah. Michael's tough as nails.
Right.
He wrestled and he placed at states with a torn ligament in his thumb, his MCL sprain, and you wouldn't tell.
Right. Right.
You wouldn't tell. He ain't gonna say nothing to you.
He don't show emotion.
No, he ain't gonna say nothing. You couldn't tell. That boy right there, stone cold face, man.
He's just not talking, just looking around,
yeah,
all stern. You don't see him smiling.
Yeah, nah. But no, there's a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day is what's your end goal for your child? Right. What it is. Not everybody, you guys are on a podcast talking about genetics in football and basketball. That's big. Not everybody's big. You got 8U flag football, I see this, going out, doing all these tournaments. But you're excelling at 8U. Like I gave you the example, my son and JJ were the same size when they were 10.
Yeah.
Right.
And one grew and one didn't. So it's like, you know
That's
what I mean?
how Mikey started it.
Yeah.
Like it's,
So
people develop at different times, different ages.
So it's like you as a parent as well got to get your kid to understand, like, yo, do you want to get a concussion for what? For the love of the game?
And this
You want to break your leg for the love of the game?
And this is again having your kid play multiple sports.
Yes.
Because you'll find your niche, and when you find your niche, you go for it.
You go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
So commit, yeah.
Right.
Lehigh Valley.
Yo, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all wrestlers. Shout out to that culture, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I
like,
want to go back.
ahead.
I want to go back to what we're asking about. Like, what's the end goal?
go ahead.
Right. So, like, the end goal to me is to have all those skills, to have all those disciplines, to become
Better man.
the person that you want. Right.
Right.
Yeah. To become a man.
Right.
You know,
And lady.
the tangible skills, the discipline, the dependability, the responsibilities, all that will just further your success.
Right.
Um,
right.
And
Right.
life.
Like look, without wrestling, bro, I went into boot camp. Without wrestling, man, I wouldn't have made it, honestly. But I was one of the top, physical fitness test scores. Because I was about that. I had all that training. I mean, that was just practice for me all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the mental edge that the adversity that you deal with and overcome that will make anyone successful.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not all about the money, because look, unless you're an Olympic world champ, nowadays you get NIL deals, so that's always good. You could always live off that for a little bit. Stack your money up like that. But the end goal, to become a world champ. If you're wrestling, world champ, Olympic champ, and then become a freaking a great citizen.
You're right.
Right.
Of course. I was just being, a little sarcastic
like
with the
devil's
question.
advocate, maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, with the question. But you're right. Like, we just gave an example of Michael being a wrestler, state trooper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of wrestlers I know are pretty successful in life. You know what I'm saying?
That's where that goes back.
They are pretty successful in life because, hey, when they back is against the wall, they've been taught to fight until I get this shit right, and we just gonna grind. You know what I'm saying? It's them against the world. It's 1-on-1. I don't need no one else to help me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They kind of get it.
Yep.
They kind of get it right out the mud. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna they're gonna scrap and get it. That's how they do. And that's like the ultimate, like the way sports is. Everyone wants they kid that play football, basketball to be in the NBA or the NFL or be a pro or something like that.
That's not realistic.
It's not realistic, right? You get that training and what you learn mentally, physically, everything like that from the sport. You apply that to life, and it does seem like wrestlers transition with that pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It really does.
I can tell you this right now, like football, like the way I am in my professional career is because of football. Discipline, work hard, I grind it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm successful in my career, and any sales career that I had, I took the same approach with the way I played football. And I've been successful everywhere I go. So it's like that played a huge part of who I am today.
Yeah,
so I definitely concur to that.
And mold you.
Yeah.
So
shout to Coach Mons.
Yeah.
Still keeping me in check.
But yo, listen, Mikey, I promise you, Scouts Honor, no more wrestling slander from me, dog.
Listen, but like, before we even get off the subject, yo, before we get end it all, I just want to thank you guys for even giving us a platform to talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And what you guys are doing with the youth, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, wrestling.
I mean, we all doing it though. You guys are doing the same thing.
Yo,
I mean that's why as
great.
a wrestling coach, mentor, parent of a wrestler, I would feel kind of slighted too.
Yeah.
The way y'all came on here and stunned all motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying? We got This college, this kid ranked number 1 in the state, 2 in the state, 3 in the state. We've been doing this
2
for
in the
so
nation,
long.
3 in the nation.
District 11 is this, and that. Liberty, Becca, like, you should feel slighted. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the main, if you want to call it the local mainstream media, is nothing but football gets the glitz and glamours. Flag football get more recognition than y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's what depends on what circle though. That depends on what circle.
But it doesn't matter though. But that shit kind of the shit kind of overpowers it. You know what I'm saying?
Wrestling's like the unsung hero of sports,
right?
Like,
right.
And they're the ones that are doing the most.
And they're the biggest.
It takes dedication. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to y'all for real, because y'all
appreciate it.
Y'all doing a lot too. Because I see
work.
those wrestling rooms, bro. Those wrestling rooms, there be dozens of kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just 5 kids, 7 kids, 14 kids. No, I see y'all working with 20, 30, 40 kids and shit.
That's Pena. That's Pena's specialty right there.
Yeah.
I just get my kid to it.
It's all like strength and at the youth level, it's all strength and conditioning, agility, flexibility. It's everything. You know, the results will come. You know, you put the time.
Right.
Like in anything.
We're losing.
That's anything in life.
We're losing kids to flag football now, man. And like they're missing wrestling practice. They're going to Florida for the weekend for the storm.
That's for instant gratification, though, Pena. Like you say, that's for instant gratification to get that ring at 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and
that's it.
What happens when they don't win at the junior high or high school level? What happens? I mean,
they break down.
But and the thing is, like, these kids are coming back to the wrestling room from a tournament. They missed a few practices, come back to the wrestling room. They start losing, and they're like, this ain't fun. You know, I'm winning rings, you know, in Florida and Vegas. And, you know, like, I'm getting my ass whooped in the wrestling room at practice. Like, honestly, wrestling isn't fun. It's winning's fun.
Yeah. Well, anything else in football too, right? You in the weight room, that's not fun. You're sweating, you're struggling, you're sore, practicing long hours, film. That's anything in life that is worth winning is going to be
I feel
difficult.
like wrestling, I feel like that stuff with wrestling is like all year long.
It's a different level.
Then you got the chance to get your ass whooped right on the mat in front of everybody.
It's
that you practice all year long.
Right. Right. It's different. Like, damn, I done sweated, hustled, lifted, got screamed at. Now I'm going out here one-on-one and getting my ass kicked.
Most humbling
in
sport.
6 minutes.
It's the most
6
humbling
minutes, it all
sport.
goes away.
You know, in football and basketball, like, damn, I got my teammates to bail me out here.
You could hide. You could hide the weak spots. Yeah.
That shit go away.
I know
in 6
if I don't
minutes.
get no blocking here, I could just blame it on the blocking. I didn't get no yards here. It's my blocking. My quarterback stinks. He can't throw me the ball.
The most humbling sport. Immediately. But yo, Pena, we appreciate you, brother, calling in, shedding some insight on the Valley wrestling, the culture, and the kids. And yo, bro, keep it up. You know, we're proud of you. You know, anything you need from us over here, bro, we always got you.
For sure,
Appreciate it, man.
Mikey, we day ones, man. You know what I'm saying? It's it's all our turns, man. It's all our turns to lead this youth, man. I'm happy for you, bro.
100%.
Hey, you can slander wrestling all you want if you could take me down, though.
I don't want no beats. I don't want no beats.
Toes, shaky knees.
I done seen Mikey done crawl up a nigga's arm and put him in some crazy shit before.
Yo, I got a funny story about the Pena brothers, but we won't say it online. Whooping somebody's ass at Liberty.
Listen, the Pena brothers was nothing to fuck with back in the day. Son. Trust me, I know. I know, Jesus.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Somebody to fight right now.
Yeah. Shout out to him though too, man. He was a fucking dog too, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all.
Yeah, no, they're both in the room, son.
Bro.
Every practice I take JR, they're there. Son. First one's in, last one's out.
Yep.
Love to see it. All right, brother. Well, yo, you have a good night, man. God bless you, man, and the fam, you know.
beginning, fellas.
We'll get back out of the wrestling. Maybe we'll do a special segment after districts. Or no, we'll do a states one. Well, let's do a states one.
Yeah,
And you gotta pull up. You gotta pull up in person though this time.
Yeah, that's the best. This is the greatest show in the valley right now. Everybody, if you ain't doing nothing, bring your kids over. You know, Friday at 5:00 at Liberty High School.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
yeah.
District 11. You know what I mean?
So that's where the entire districts are?
District 11 is at Liberty
Bro,
High
where have
School.
you been? It's been like that for 30 years.
Yeah.
Longer.
It starts Friday at 5 p.m. And then, you know, the winners go on and the semifinals and everything start back in the con season all that Saturday at 9 a.m.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then the championship rounds is at 3. You know, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that. So,
that's fine.
You know, and you usually watch whoever's the district finals is usually the regional finals. And it's usually the state finals.
Right.
So, you're going to watch some good wrestling.
Right. All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Really appreciate it, man. Shed some light on fucking wrestling.
All right, brother. Yo, thank you for shedding light on this.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
I'll be there next time.
Yeah, no doubt, fam. All right.
Yo, that's good stuff right there, man.
Word.
The Valley Wrestling, like I said, you know, growing up, it was big in the household, but I was a basketball player, and I just didn't gravitate towards wrestling. Even my brother Dave wrestled.
I tried in 7th grade. All I did was like spear Frank Payton and Angel and the Children and shit. That's all I attempted to do.
Funny match, right? My brother Dave wrestles Phil Hard. You remember Phil Hard? He, I think he was Nazareth or Northampton or Parkland. Phil Hard, took Dave and slammed him. Dave laid on his back and did not move.
And they couldn't
stood
get up.
there. Nigga pinned Dave. My brother Dave never wrestled again. He said, "Fuck this shit." That's funny.
I mean, I don't think we need any more. I mean, we don't need any more after that. You know what I'm saying?
This is good stuff. Listen.
Shout out to y'all. I mean, y'all came, talked y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Laid it down, put your credentials up on the line. See who can fuck with us. You know what I mean? So,
you have anything? Any last words to get off your chest?
Nah, just thanks for having this platform, yo. Because what you're doing, you might not even realize it. You know what I'm saying? But you're reaching a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people to get, and even if they talking shit online, I don't say nothing, but I read all quotes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, and what y'all doing for the community and the kids, coming from where we come from, you know what I mean? And making decisions as men to, convert and do the right thing and give back. Y'all doing, you know what I mean? Y'all doing your thing, you know what I mean? Just keep doing your thing. And
real quick, you want to shout out 6X All-Star Weekend was a blast. Yo, John,
yes, it
keep
was.
doing your thing, brother.
Yes,
we're so proud of you,
I mean, if y'all ain't come, listen, I mean, we did have some other topics today to talk about All-Star Weekend, but I'm going to put my dollar up that 6X All-Star Weekend had better ratings than the NBA All-Star Weekend this past weekend, bro.
We'll save that for the next show, maybe tomorrow night.
No, hold on. Let me rant a little bit because a lot of y'all talk about coming out, supporting shit. If you don't come out to the All-Star game and support it, 6X. If you don't come out to these youth games and everything like that and support it, come on, man. That's what we got to do. You support the city, you support the kids, you support the community.
And if you didn't come to Seven Sirens on Sunday,
tell them, Chris.
Yous are canceled. President Davis is not going to. There's going to be a nice cookout, and it's going to be at my house, and there's going to be like 6 people there.
Hey, listen, S&M picnic still in motion, though, man. That's it. That's all I'll give y'all. All right.
Yo, everybody, thank you for tuning in. God bless. Good night.
Good night, y'all. Holla at y'all.
It's only entertainment.